What's happening, party people? I am still at home. Was supposed to leave town a couple days ago. Didn't get done tinkering with Panther. Panther's like a rabbit hole. Went to go fix the intake leak I had. Found several other things I need to take care of. Went and got a part for this, part for that, parts for this. Now I'm redoing some of the PCV piping because I have that P2 aluminum pipe on here. And I don't think that's really adequate for a car that has tuned close to 300 horsepower. So I'm dropping that, going to the tubing like I put on Red Baron, and then I'm fixing some electrical stuff, cleaning up a couple of things, and I'm still having problems with my computer and the AC. So I'm probably going to get a replacement computer from VAS, ordered. Then I need to get a heat shield on this car, the ECU box and tubing on there, and hopefully that'll get me to 500,000 miles. I only got 10,000 miles to go. And that thought, the official guess what date and place I will hit 500,000 miles, that entry is closed. So I'm going to try to find all of those entries. I asked everybody to email them to my Gmail email address. They put them everywhere. I got some of them over in Instagram. I got some on Facebook. I got some on text messages. I think I got 3 people that actually entered the way I wanted them to. All the rest is there's posts everywhere. So I'm going to try to get those, get them where I have the ability to check them. I'm going to put them on a calendar and check them when I actually hit the 500,000 mile mark, and contact these people and give them their prizes. I've been collecting little things here and there for prizes. It might not be bad, it'd be a little fun. You know, I'm gonna give at least the top 3 on each category some kind of prize. I had a FCP offer to give a couple of prizes, but that was the only company that I contacted that actually said, hey, I'll give a couple of prizes. So contacted a couple salvage yards I visited, contacted vendors I buy parts from. You know, FCP was the only ones that replied. Said they'd give a couple little things, you know, nothing big, just, you know, it's just for fun, whatever. So this is the big weekend for VCOA. I think they started Thursday. This morning should be the car show. I'm home 8 hours away, not gonna make it. It's just, you know, didn't organize properly. You know, still a little tight on funds. You know, just don't have it to be bouncing around like that. You know, so I hope all of you that are at the VCOA meet have a great time. Annual meets like that, you get a decent turnout, a lot of fun people, enthusiasts probably like yourself, sharing their car stories, looking at each other's rides, mostly how nice they are. You know, it's a fun time. Hope you guys that were able to make it, made it, and you're having a great time. I got to wrap some things up with Panther. I need to take care of some things on Queen Bee. Check a couple things on Little Red. Deal with a couple things on Byron's car. Check out the green wagon, Betsy. See what's going on with that. Maybe work on getting that thing squared away and back on the road. Check out PR. Do an assessment of everything that's going on with that car. Everything I'll need so that I can start working on that. Get some stuff around the house organized. Man, I need a couple of weeks. Probably not going to get back on the road until around September 20th. I may make a couple dashes to take care of a couple things, day or 2 in and out, but not going to make any long trips. So let me get some of this stuff sorted out around here, and I'll update my travel plans for the next month or 2. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Have a great, safe weekend, and I'll keep posting. Thanks for watching. Welcome to Hanging Out with Robert. That's me. This video contains things that I encounter throughout the day. If for some reason I complete a task and you would like to see the details, you could click on the link in the description area below. This video also contains tips and tricks that I learned throughout the years. I plan on leaving this video accessible for about 30 days. After that, you can view it through my Patreon account. Thank you very much for watching. My morning walk is about to get messy. Look at that sky behind me. That rain is coming up behind me, folks. I gotta get back. What is going on here? Some crazy person, Egg Betsy. Gosh dang. All up the windshield. I'm gonna have to clean that off. It's right in front of our place. They must have thought this was Byron's car. The heck they egging Betsy for? Let me get that cleaned up before that egg gets impossible to remove. I'm glad it hit the window and not get all over the paint. That's a good thing. Have a break in the rain. Time to get this AC compressor replaced. I'm also going to pull this fan and do the fan mod on this car since it has not been done yet. Give me a little bit more room for working. So let me go ahead and fire this car up, back it up a couple inches so that it's not near this trailer as much, and get to work. Not sure what I'm going to do about these things on this trailer to get that to quit rubbing and cutting up my straps. Maybe I'll flip it over the other way. That'll do it. Or figure something out to get that to stop messing my straps up. When I was trying to work on this car out there in Virginia, I set down my packet of impact sockets, walked away from them, set them down somewhere, either on a trash can or on the ground, and didn't see them when I was picking up and moving on. So now I need to find my other impact sockets or go buy another set, because I have lost another set of sockets. I hope those things are under 20 bucks, but gotta figure something out. Need them impact sockets, man. A couple other things I need to do. Number one, I need to check my thermostat. While I was driving home, my temp dropped under 180. It doesn't normally get under 190, so being that it dropped under 180, my thermostat may have broken. It was down around 174, 176 for a few seconds. So I need to check the thermostat. I need to flush this coolant out because I want to put Volvo coolant in there instead of what I got. I need to find the cover for this ECU box, put that back on. I need to do a pull so that I can send that to Vast Tuning, get that done. And I need to figure out why this car is idling high. This high idle is not cool. And then I need to ship some stuff out, pay my bill for my storage facility here because I can't get access to my online account. The system's jacked up, won't let me in. So let's start off by pulling this OTE and getting that fan out so we can do the fan mod. Hey, look at there, my strut brace allows me to get my OTE pipe off, not like some of these other people's strut braces. Woohoo! Made a mistake and marked this radiator 385 instead of 485 when I replaced it a month or so ago, so I'm gonna correct that real quick. My little relay support's busted, so I'm gonna replace that with one. It's busted in two places. I should probably replace this intercooler while I'm in here messing around. That thing looked like it's seeping oil all across, or else it's coming out of the bottom of that hose and leaking across there. Still making a mess because that's fresh on top of that new radiator. Also, this tube is rubbing on this plastic, is rubbing on my rib kit and wearing into my rib kit. I'm kind of shocked at that. Why would this plastic be wearing a hole into my rib kit? That's kind of crazy. I don't know what to do about that. Maybe I'll put some foam around there and open this hole up a little more, because my air tube is being interrupted by this rib kit. But man, I didn't know it was wearing a hole in it. That's crazy. Look at that groove in there. Got my fan mod done pretty quick, and it looked like I didn't nick my fan blade, so I should be good to go. My new tool, my new cutting tool, buddy over there, boy. Well, my fan shroud, I got a piece eating away right here too. It just crumbles up like cornflakes. Let me set this fan in here, screw it in, cut the screws off from the other side so I don't catch my hand on them. There it is, party people. Fan mod complete. Oh, I'm gonna cut these tips of these screws off, or I could put vacuum line tips over them. Those vacuum port tips, I might screw those over there just to make it more safe for me. Now, I got to clip these clips back on here to hold my lines in. One up there, one over there, and I get another inch when I reach in the engine bay. Good to go. I'm gonna clean this stuff up when I replace my intercooler here shortly. I'm putting a year's worth of driving on it in 2-3 months, so my stuff gets a lot dirtier than normal people's. If somebody cleans their engine every year, I'd have to clean mine every 3 months to keep up with theirs. Those vacuum port nipples fit on that really nice, so I think I'm going to use those. It's raining a little bit harder than I wanted to, so I'm going to shut this down, get my tools out of the rain, and go inside, find something to do until it quits raining again. Hadn't rained for a couple hours, so I'm going to go ahead and get back on this. I got back from my doctor's appointment and from running a couple errands. So I'm going to open the hood, remove the serpentine belt, jack the car up a little bit on this side, and reach in there and start taking this AC compressor loose. In this video, I'm going to replace the AC compressor on this Volvo 850. Should work the same for all the P80 cars, maybe a tad bit different for the cars with the RN engine. They got a different intake manifold. But the first thing I did was I removed the turbo piping that comes off the top of the intercooler. Got that out of the way, and the tube with it. Then I pulled the fan shroud, a couple of screws, one here, one there. Those should be 8s, and then the T25 or 10 millimeter that hold it up against this. Lift the fan up out of the way after you unplug it. Remove any electrical connectors, stuff like that involved with getting the fan out. You can watch the fan video if you like. First thing you want to do is disconnect the ground on the battery for safety. Pull that 10 out, pull it over, cover it, make sure it don't reconnect on the battery. Next, I try to reach down here and take these 2 screws loose. They are T40s or 6 millimeter metric. Both of mine are stuck in. I don't have no idea why they're so tight, but I couldn't get them out. They start stripping on me, so I'm going to drill them out after I remove the compressor. You could take the oil dipstick out if you want. It's got a 12 millimeter down there on the bottom of it. Pull that up and out of the way. Unplug the wire to your AC compressor. It should be in that sleeve right there. Unplug it, get it out of the way. After you get those 2 lines disconnected, there's a 14 millimeter right behind that line right there. There's a 14 millimeter on the AC compressor right there. Take those 2 14 millimeters loose, then come on the other side and do the same thing. One of them's on top of the compressor right there. I've already pulled it out. The other one's down under it. I break those loose and pull them out from the bottom. First thing I do is use that socket and that deep 14 to get on there and break them loose, and then I use this to turn them out. 12-inch extension, a universal joint, and the 14 millimeter. Now you could take the wheel off if you want more room. I jack the car up just a little bit and get it high enough off the ground for me to get under it. I pulled that splash guard loose with that 10 millimeter, and then I could stick my head in there and my tools in there to get that loose and get those 2 14 millimeters out. Next, I'm going to remove these 2 14 millimeters here, and at that point my AC compressor should be loose. Pull the tension on the serpentine belt and stick a pin in it and get the serpentine belt up and out of the way. Absolutely filthy down there. My arms keep getting super dirty. My hands keep getting super dirty. I don't even want to touch my phone, and all that stuff's dirty. Where's Dan the man when I need him? Anyway, I'm going to drill those 2 screws out and get this out of the way. I bought these drill bits, Milwaukee, Shockwave, Impact Duty, Titanium. They snap in and out of my Makita Impact 3/8 drill, whatever it is. Some of these bits, they stay sharper longer. Quad edge tip, up to 5 times life versus black agate. I mean, what? A couple of these bits go in, a couple don't. I don't know why. Some drills right into the metal, some don't. Well, I can't drill these bolts out of this AC compressor. So I'm sitting there wasting my time. So I go back up to Home Depot and I find out they got some hard metal drill bits. And instead of 5 times longer life, they have 15 times longer life versus black oxide. Secure grip, 3 flat edges, 135 degree quad edge tip. I mean, what, man? I just want to drill these bolts out. So this is steel bits. Includes 3/8 bit. I don't know what that means. Guess that's the biggest one. Anyway, I had to pick this up because I couldn't get in my stuff. So I got this drill bit attachment for the Makita impact gun. Hopefully that'll do it. Now this is not claimed to be impact, but hey, I think we'll be okay. I don't have to impact this thing, but I do want this thing to get into these bolts. Hopefully this will reduce my maintenance hours. Quality bits. Right now I'm at least 30 minutes into this. Like I said, one of those bits went in pretty deep on the top bolt. The next two are just spinning around on the thing. I need to get this over with. I don't need to be jacking around with this all day. So hopefully these new fresh bits will drill right in. Get these bolts off of here and I'll go down to the salvage yard and grab 2 more bolts. 1 down, 1 to go. I was drilling and pulling on that line at the same time and the line came off and the drill bit fits in the hole of the line, so it's good to go. So let me drill the second one off. It is 8:07. I'll let you know how long it takes. I'm not sure why this thing smokes, but it starts smoking when I start going in. Smoking more than that a second ago. Let me wet that again. Looks like I'm almost through, but my battery died on my Makita. So I'm gonna whack it once or twice with my chisel, see if it comes off, and charge my battery on my Makita. Took about 5 minutes to drill the head off, and now it comes out with your fingers. The head of the bolt is what's on it so tight. So now I can lift this out of here. I'm gonna save these seals. I think they're good. It'd be best to put new ones in, but just too tight on the head of the bolt. Let me go grab some fresh bolts and start screwing this other compressor on. I think I'm gonna knock it off. It's getting dark. Finish this up in the morning. If you feel that this information was useful, please like it and share it with your social media friends. You can subscribe to my channel so that you will get notifications of future videos that I post. You can follow me on Twitter, and if you need to contact me directly, please visit my website. And if you have any questions, leave them below, and someone or myself will reply to them. Again, thank you very much for watching.